Many caregivers feel that they have to do everything and have difficulty asking for help. Some even feel that they are failing if they can't do it alone. Caring for someone with dementia is a full-time job and can be overwhelming. It's very difficult to do it all by yourself. In this video, Barb, the caregiver, is caring for her two parents. She finds she has little time for her business or herself. Barb would love to have her brother pitch in more, but every time she asks him, they end in an argument and nothing ever changes. She learns to ask specifically for what she needs, avoid accusations, and to find common ground.
I know from what you've already said that there's a lot going on at home, at work, and caregiving for both mom and dad, and then also some things that are going on with your brother. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about what's been going on?
Well, I'm so exhausted. Like, every time I go there, there's just more to do, and I can come home and then they call me and I'm just so exhausted. And I need my brother to step up to the plate. He doesn't realize that they keep getting worse. And every time I talk to him, he just dismisses it. Like, really? I think my parents should be in a senior's home because I just can't do it all and work and have a relationship. I'm falling apart.
Okay, so I hear that it's really important we work on talking to your brother, but I want to acknowledge that I think you're doing a lot. One of the things that often happens, especially with caregivers, is they take on a lot, and it sounds like you're doing everything.
I know, I do. I try everything to help both of them out, and I just can't keep up with my work because they're always demanding of things from me.
So it sounds like we need to find a way to balance all the different things that you've got going on and make some room for you back in your life.
That would be amazing.
There's lots of different ways. I know that the PSW didn't go so well the first time, so maybe we can also talk about that in different ways to get some more supports for you. One of the things you specifically have said a couple of times is asking your brother for help.
Yeah.
Have you tried that?
All the time. I always, like, he only shows up once a month, so, and I like to talk to him in person, but it just never seems to go anywhere.
Okay. What happened recently when you?
Well, the last time he came, I tried to tell him how tired I was and how much of a problem it was caring for them, and he said, like, I was just overreacting, and if I really had a problem, to stop doing it. Like, I just need him to listen to me and to, like, just participate more, really. And he just talks over me, minimizes what I have to say. He doesn't see it because he only comes once a month.
So maybe we could work on that conversation point with your brother and give you some strategies. Do you think that might at least be a start?
If something could change, it would be so great.
We're going to work with the SP Suzanne today. So what can be helpful is we're going to run through the situation, just how it was. But to do that, she's going to need a bit more information. So can you tell her some of the details of the most recent conversation you had with your brother in the car?
Sure. So when I talked to my brother, I was trying to explain to him how tired I was and that really my parents need more help, but then he talks over me and he makes me feel like I'm making it up, which I'm not.
What does he say when he talks over you?
He says I'm overreacting. He says if I don't want to be there so often, then don't go, but who's going to look after them? They can't do it themselves. It's getting bad. Like, my father always looks terrible, the fridge is empty, but he doesn't see it. So then I try and tell him that really maybe they should go into a senior's home where they could get more help, but he'll only do what Mom says, and Mom doesn't want to.
What are his exact words when you say that they should go into a retirement home?
He says, Mom doesn't want to do that, and I think that she should be able to stay home, and that she can. He bought her this beautiful scooter so that she can get out and about, but then I have to be there with Dad. So it just makes it worse, really.
And is he a loud person? Does he speak in a loud voice?
Well, he is a lawyer after all, so he thinks he knows everything. He cuts me off all the time. He'll just talk over me, and he'll say something like, well, in my opinion, the right thing to do is blah, blah, blah.
And what's the blah, blah, blah?
It's that if I don't want to take care of them, then let them fend for themselves. It's that it's not as bad as I think it is. It's that I don't have a full-time job where I have to be somewhere 9 to 5, so I have the time. But I'm a potter. If I'm not sitting working, then I don't make money.
And this was in a car?
Yes,
And was he driving?
yes.
Okay. All right, I think I have enough.
Okay. One of the things, because you were sitting in a car, it's helpful if we have you sitting side by side, just so you have a situation similar to how it was happening. The first run through, we're going to do it exactly how it happened. I might time out at some point if I might have some feedback to give you. If it's not feeling comfortable for you, or if there's something you need to add, or it's not going how it happened before, you can time out too.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever you two are ready, I'll get you to move your chairs and you can start just how it happened before.
Okay. Hi, thanks for picking me up. I appreciate that. And I really do have something that I need to talk to you about, and it's kind of important. So I really, I'm struggling. Like I just can't get enough time to do my own stuff, and Mom and Dad need more help.
Oh, Barb, you're overreacting.
No,
You don't
not
want to do it, just
really.
stop.
No, but who's going to do it? Like, you have no
I
idea
bought
how
Mom
they
that scooter. She can use that to get around.
Yeah, but that's not it. You don't understand how I spend hours there. I come home, and like 20 minutes
What are
after
you
I
talking
get
about?
home,
You
they
haven't-
start
you don't have a
calling
9
me.
to 5.
How was that for you?
It was exactly how he is. He just doesn't listen. He doesn't want to hear what I have to say. And I feel so dismissed.
So you're not getting your mission accomplished of getting more help, but you're also not feeling heard.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it just makes me feel terrible inside.
Is it okay if I check in with Suzanne about how that was feeling for her?
Mm-hmm.
Suzanne?
Yeah, you were talking relatively softly, and you sounded a little insecure to me. So I felt I could dominate you. And you said you had something important to tell me, but you didn't really say what it was, and that made me feel impatient with you. When you said I don't come around very often, that made me feel like you were judging me, and that made me a little angry. And I felt guilty, as if you didn't think I cared about them.
Wow, I never really thought about the guilt part.
What's it like to hear that?
Well, he does love my parents. And I guess I'm always in such a struggle with him that it just feels like a fight from the very beginning. And I am kind of quiet like that, like she said. Like my partner complains about that too, that I don't really ask for what I want.
Okay. So just to review before we do that again, the relationship with your brother is important to you, and it sounds like a common ground, and finding a common ground in this communication or this conversation with your brother is going to be important, and being really specific. So being clear on what you're asking your brother for.
Okay.
Does that sound like something you'd be willing to try?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'll try it again.
Try it, and we can try it a couple times if needed, okay?
Okay.
So whenever you're ready.
Okay. So, thanks for meeting with me. I really do have something important I need to say to you. And it's about Mom and Dad. And like they need more help. And I just can't do
Barb,
it
I think
all.
you're overreacting. They're doing just fine.
No.
If you can't do it, just stop.
I'm
Who's
just
gonna
going
look
to
after
time
them?
out. What was that time like for you?
Well, it was really frustrating. Like, I don't know, it's so weird. I know in my head what I need to say, but then when I try it just doesn't come out the right way.
Okay. Suzanne, was there anything that was different there that time for you?
Not really. I still didn't feel you were telling me what you wanted from me. I still didn't know what you wanted from me.
It sounds like you were feeling the same things.
Yeah, I was feeling, well, I always have this knot in my stomach when I talk to him. And you know what, now I remember you said about finding common ground. I think maybe if I get that out, he'll listen to me more.
Okay, so I'm going to have you, if you're comfortable, try that again with the feedback that we reviewed of being more clear and concrete and trying to connect on a common ground.
I'll try again.
Let's try it. We can always go again.
Okay. So, I really need to talk to you about some stuff. It's been bugging me, and I really need you to know how hard it is for me. Like, I'm always there. And as soon as I get home, they call me again, and I can't
Barb,
get
you're
my
just
own work.
overreacting.
No, I'm
You can't
not.
do it, then
No.
just
So I'm going
stop.
to time out. How was that for you?
It was still really frustrating. I don't know. It's so hard to be more assertive, and I forgot the part about finding the common ground.
Okay.
And maybe I should start with that. That
Okay.
might be a good way to get him to change.
That sounds good. Anything you want to add, Suzanne?
No, I still wasn't sure what you wanted of me.
Oh, okay.
So it
Okay, so
sounds-
there's two things then, right, that
Yeah.
I need to do? One is the common ground and being specific about what I want.
One of the things that you said, even before we started, was it's hard to get it out of your head sometimes. And I'm wondering if it would be helpful to actually talk about what the specific request for help you want your brothers to hear is. So just thinking about it, just you and I, what's the specific help you'd like from your brother?
Well, you know, we just need more help, and I appreciate what you were saying, that maybe if I gave a little effort with the PSW, that could go better. So really, I think what would be best is if we got more, he'd have to pay, but if we could get more help in the morning and at night, I could probably still do daytime and be able to work.
So your specific request for from your brother is that you're hoping you could get more help in the morning and at night, hire that help, and you were wondering if he could help out and pay.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So that sounds really specific.
Okay.
And I think the other thing that you were going to try and do is at the beginning connect on a common ground there.
Right. Right.
Okay. Do you feel
Okay.
comfortable to try it again?
Yeah. I think I have it clear. If the words come out, it'll be great.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Thanks for picking me up. You know, I really want you to know that I know that you love Mom and Dad. And
I love
that,
Mom and Dad.
Yeah, I know that you do. And I know that it's hard for you to get here as often as you can. But I can no longer spend as much time with them. I need to have time for myself and my business. And I was thinking that if you could pay for somebody to come in the morning and at night to help them put them to bed and their meds, I'd be willing to still do the middle of the day. I think that could work. But you'd have to pay for it because I just don't have the money.
I could pay.
So I'm going to time out. How was that for you?
Amazing. It was amazing. He did listen to me, and that's like almost never happens.
Let's hear from Suzanne how that was different for her.
Well, I felt you were more assertive, so I felt, oh, maybe I should listen to you. And you asked me specifically to pay. Again, very assertive. So I didn't feel I could overpower you the same, control you. And saying that we both care, I felt connected with you.
Oh, okay.
So you
That's
did that
good.
building a common ground, and you were really clear on what you were asking for this time.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt good.
Next
It
time
wasn't
you-
about me, it was about us.
What is it that you think you could do in the next conversation with your brother?
Well, I think I should rehearse it again like we did right now. And I think if I write it down ahead of time so that I know exactly what I'm going to say, I think that that would help too.
That's wonderful. Do you want to take a second here and you can write down some of the thoughts that you had?
No, I think I'm clear in my head, and maybe I'll practice with my partner before he comes next month.
That sounds great.
Thank you so much for your help.
That's okay. You can let us know how it goes after you talk to your brother.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you from all the staff at the Reitman Center.